Based on the number of cases brought to court, we have a surfeit of title rocks in our midst. They include uh, NATO, who are gangsters, scammers, and even wife beaters. Now we know that there are also drug kingpins holding the titles of Dato. On Saturday, Inspector General of Police disclosed that police has had identified several drug lords who have been living in luxury using their legitimate businesses as fronts for their illegal activities. The IGP pledges to expose their criminal life and bring them to justice, or at the very least put them behind bars under the Prevention of Crime Act, which allows for detention without trial. Uh, Narcotic criminal investigation personnel later revealed that three individuals with Tan Sri and Datuk titles, all aged 45, who are believed to be masterminds of drug cartels in the country, were being monitored as police gathered more information and evidence following the recent arrest of syndicate members. The legitimate businesses owned by them, including hotel, shipping and logistic firm, metal related company, and apparently being used as front for their distribution of drug locally and abroad. These drug lords, however, employ a different set of workers to handle the smuggling, storage, and distribution of drugs and not the staff in the legitimate businesses. Intelligence gathered so far show that the syndicate smuggled drugs to Indonesia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia using cargo planes and ships. The Tan Sri and Datuk led cartels are believed to be behind the 12 tons of cocaine seized from the North Butterworth. Police later seized worth of asset belonging to a Malayan drug lord who was found to be behind the smuggling of the cocaine. On Monday, the IGP clarified that they were not just Tan Sri and Datuk drug don, but more than five. These people were under close surveillance and would not be allowed to flee the country to evade arrest. No, they cannot run away. We have been eyeing them for a very long time. We still have problem getting evidence that can be directly linked to them. Once we have it, action will be taken. Interestingly, he also disclosed that police have received information that there were people at a higher level who acted as funder of the cartel, and there were five syndicates with this VVIP backing. He gave the assurance that these people would also face action, as he did not want the police to be accused of only acting against those at the lower level of drug trafficking. This is not an empty warning. I came up with a statement on this previously, not to ruin our plan, but I wanted to tell the people that the trade of drug in the country is very bad. The ongoing police probe to net these title crooks is commendable, but there are questions being asked. Why have these people been getting away with this for far too long? Is it really because it is difficult to get information on the drug businesses being conducted? Or is lucrative bribery the main reason for the drug kingpins to remain below the radar? It is also evident that anyone who has a lot of money or political influence in Malaya can easily get titles such as Datuk uh, without doing anything noteworthy. The other question that begs to be asked, are these people also getting political protection against being caught and exposed? Are they in the way being referred by the IGP? In highlighting the nexus between drug trafficking and corruption, the drug problem and corruption have a mutually reinforcing relationship. Corruption facilitates the production and trafficking of illegal drug, and this in turn benefits corruption. The wealth and power of some drug trafficking organizations can exceed that of government, allowing them to buy protection from law enforcement, agent, criminal justice institution, politician, and the business sector. In doing so, they further reinforce corruption. The rule of law is both an immediate victim if it is already weak, an underlying factor that fits this cycle. We can only hope that Malaya has not yet slipped to the level described above. But with drugs already becoming a worrying problem within the police force, the scenario looks more bleak than hopeful. Last year, uh, police personnel were arrested for drug-related activity under Ops Duri, a major operation conducted between January and October. Although this number was fewer compared to the NAP, this was in spite of the travel restriction under movement control order. Out of the total 18 cops were arrested for drug trafficking, 74 drug possession. Uh, there was also cases of police personnel involved in other offences such as the sale of ketum. Last week, six policemen including an inspector, were nabbed during the raid at a wild party, and five of them tested positive for amphetamine, ketamine, and methamphetamine. Eight women, including three Indonesian, were with them in a flat, also tested positive. The involvement of police personnel in drug abuse and trafficking is another alarming sign that the threat of drugs in Malaya is indeed very bad. All right, I have finished reading.